All right. So the next drills we're going to do is we're going to use tire blocks and cut tennis balls. When I first came up through coaching, I've been a hitting coach for 18 years, and I started out at the high school level. And now, of course, you know how great those budgets are in high school, and it's understanding that you don't always have to have the most expensive gadget in order to hit. I had to figure out along the way how to stretch that money. So what we started to do was look at different options we could use to make our body feel. You know, we've learned a long time ago that teaching a guy how to hit, a baseball player, that a guy has to hit good to feel good. But on the other side of it, our players have to feel good in order to hit good or in order to play good. So what we do is it's more of a feel for our female athletes. So what we want to do is have them feel everything that's possible. Anything we talk about, we're going to find a way for them to feel it. Feel it in their feet, feel it in their hands, feel their hips, where their eyes, where their head is. Everything's a feel for them. And so when we ask them all the time, we ask them what you're feeling. So what we did is we come up with these little things. We had players ask us all the time, where should my feet be? How should I feel my foot when it lands? So what it is, we came up with normal tire blocks and actual just tennis balls that we cut in half. First off, we'll start with tire blocks. Easy to come in pairs at Walmart, Target, wherever you can go to your automotive store. All it is things, you put tire chocks you put behind your tires to stop the car from moving. And what it is she'll get Allie will get her stance, and we'll put our tire blocks down for her on the ground, one in each foot. Okay? And what we want her to feel is that we want to feel the pressure of her body. Okay? We want to feel the pressure on her big toes. We talked about earlier on in the other video that big toes is so important, where the pressure is on your feet. It's not only on the balls of your feet, but it's on the big toes. And once you put the pressure on the big toes, you notice it pulls her knees inward. And once her knees start to come inward, this is where the pressure happens. This is where the action happens, is in here. It's not outside our feet, but inside our feet. And by our tire blocks, puts our feet in that position. And what she's going to do, she's going to get on the stance and notice that the big toe is on the ground still. Her outside of her foot is just on the side of the tire block, on both sides. And what she's going to do, she's already taken her stride. It's already done. The front foot's down, ready to hit. She's just going to rock back, and then she's going to go and get off the back side of the tire block. And drive through. Okay? Pull your hands a little bit. Okay? Rock back. And gets off the tire block. Notice the back leg is not still on the tire block anymore. Okay? Most of your kids want to sit back and stay back. Whenever they hit things on the drills, off tees, they want to hit and they want to spin their back side and they want to stay back and sit back on balls. Well, the problem with that is now it's power that I've lost. Anytime I sit back, now I have a hard time getting through things. Okay? So when I want to make contact, I want to think about trying to get off that tire block. Not so much jump off of it, but you should have a little bit of movement afterwards. Good. Do another one. Good. Okay. Almost identical. Tennis ball. Took a regular average tennis ball, took it and cut it in half. Spliced it in two. Okay? Kind of the same principle. If you don't have a chance to get the tire blocks, tennis balls will work just as well. Okay? And what it is we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put them on the ground right where Allie stands. Curved side up. And what she's going to do is she's going to put her feet on the inside of that tennis ball, so her big toes on the ground now. And what she's going to feel is a bubble. Okay, there's a little bounciness to them as opposed to the solid tire block. And what she's going to feel is her body have to shift off of it back and forth. We talk about her weight having to go back before it goes forward. So she's going to feel herself push backwards off this tennis ball with the heel up. Then the heel's going to drop, and she's going to push off this tennis ball and get after it to go forward. Okay, so we'll put a ball on a T4. You can see what it looks like. Back off of it. Good. Notice that the tennis ball is still sitting where it was. Okay? It didn't go anywhere. It didn't turn over or roll up. If she were to come back here and do what we call squish a bug, sit and spin on it, you'll see herself roll up. Go ahead and do squish a bug for me. I don't know if you can do that anymore. But you can see now the tennis ball kind of rolled itself up. Okay? You can see how the tennis ball will roll itself up and crumble up. What we want to do is get ourselves off of it. Feel the push of the bounce off of the tennis ball. Go ahead and line it up like you need to. Now you can do these with strides. You can do these with no strides. We do them with no stride usually. That way we already know where our feet are to begin with. Okay? If you have kids that have problems with landing on the wrong part of their foot, they want to open their front foot up, you can take these tennis balls and tape them to the bottom of their shoes. So if Allie right now, you can put your foot up here. So when Allie gets ready to hit and I want to feel her drive off her big toe, I can tape this tennis ball to the side of her shoe. So where now all of a sudden her foot is always on that inside angle to push forward. Now she can feel that all the time. Now she won't be able to go from cage to cage with it. She'd walk funny, but she can use it anywhere she goes. We've had times where we just tape them on and leave them on, and those are her cage shoes, and the other pair were outside shoes. And then she would swap her shoes back and forth. These things work really good for nothing but a cut tennis ball.